been keeping up with Shedeur in Cleveland. What's the best piece of advice you've given him as a dad and as a coach?
Be patient and be ready. You got to be ready when it's time. But when it's time, you're going to know. And it's coming up.
There we go.
You know, I got a prediction. I ain't telling nobody. I got a feeling when it's going to go down. But it's going to go down this year.
It's going to happen. All right.
Yeah, he can get a shot.
And that's all you can ask for as a player. All you can ask for is the opportunity, right?
Tell me this, because this is all over the media, because I know y'all keep it a buck. That's why I love y'all to life.
Yes.
Sanders, and I think that's going to be sooner than later. I'm not saying it's going to be the next 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't think it's going to take week 16 or 17 for this to happen. I think you're going to see it happen earlier, but by default, it's because their offense is significantly more god-awful than we suspected.
I mean, it worked itself out in the preseason, right? Like we saw Shedeur earlier than we thought because of injuries and whatnot. Like we could have the same situation happening because of their deficiencies on offense here in the regular season.
What if I told you the Cleveland Browns just took their long history of chaos, tossed it in a blender, hit turbo, and sprayed dysfunction all over national TV? Out of nowhere, the buzz drops. Shedeur Sanders might actually be starting, and the entire NFL world loses its mind. Analysts are panicking. Fans are ordering custom Sanders jerseys like it's a national emergency, and the league's timeline has gone full meltdown. Cleveland didn't just light a spark, they torched the whole league. That Browns offense looks like a bad dream someone had after eating too much late-night pizza. It's ugly, wild, and straight-up confusing. It's not just bad, it's so bad it's funny. Like if you handed a toddler the controller on Madden and said, "Figure it out," you'd probably see more touchdowns. Fans are watching this circus unfold, whispering about refunds, and honestly, they've got a case. Paying for this should come with a viewer discretion advised warning. And right in the center of this football apocalypse, Joe Flacco.
It looked like Shedeur Sanders will be seeing the field very, very soon. Here right now, I'm not the only one that believes this because according to ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, he got time today. Stephen A. Smith told it like it is. Shedeur Sanders is about to come in because they have no other choice. Dylan Gabriel is undersized, and everybody is not looking at that. Dylan Gabriel is a little quarterback, bro. He's been playing against preseason opposition. This is the real deal NFL first teams he playing up against. These are professional athletes, bro. Not riding the bench lineman, riding the bench linebacker secondary, none of that. No, these are all pro players. These are the best of the best football players in the world.
Yeah, that Joe Flacco. The so-called veteran savior who moves in the pocket like a fridge trying to moonwalk through molasses. Watching him scramble is like seeing your grandpa search for the remote. Painfully slow, but somehow still heroic. Yet somehow, the Browns front office keeps pretending he's about to pull off a miracle. Spoiler alert, he's not. This isn't strategy anymore. It's slapstick comedy with shoulder pads. Everyone's laughing except the fans. And don't even get me started on that coaching staff. If confusion were an actual stat, Cleveland would be undefeated. These dudes stand there on the sidelines with clipboards, not making plays, just jotting down what snacks to grab after the game. It's like someone told the Browns, forget the playbook, just wing it, because every single snap looks like a bad dare gone wrong. Every time the camera cuts to the sidelines, the coaches look lost, like they're trying to remember what down it even is. Cleveland didn't just drop the ball, they turned their entire season into a blooper reel that just won't end. And somehow, the only person who might save this mess is Shedeur Sanders.
And Deion certainly thinks that there is going to be a world in which Shedeur sets foot in a football game.
Number one, Deion Sanders spilling the tea, as they say. Is it giving the tea? Drinking the tea? Hell, who knows? I don't know what the kids say these days. To hell with it. He's talking about Shedeur. He's talking about Shedeur starting.
The rookie everyone's been whispering about. The one name fans are clinging to like a lifeline. He hasn't even taken a snap yet. But the way this offense keeps imploding, it feels like the football gods are yelling from the clouds. Put the kid in already. You can almost imagine destiny itself tapping the headset, begging the coaches to stop the madness and finally let Sanders take over. This offense is so busted, even duct tape would walk off the job. The defense is out here pulling off miracles, locking down, forcing turnovers, straight up doing everything except turning water into wine. Yet the offense, they still find fresh ways to lose. It's like they're allergic to touchdowns, and you can feel the tension boiling. Fans snapping, analysts losing it on air, the whole stadium holding its breath for one thing, Shedeur grabbing that helmet and stepping in. Meanwhile, poor Dillon Gabriel. Man, Cleveland really thought he was the answer. Watching him struggle out there feels cruel, like handing a kid a juice box and telling him to fight a grizzly bear. The dude's getting tossed around like a crash test dummy, and the only ones not surprised are the fans who've been saying from day one, play Shadow already. This ain't college ball anymore, it's the NFL, where defensive linemen don't just tackle you, they try to end up on a highlight reel called quarterbacks who got wrecked.
Deion did this week what NFL teams honestly were afraid that he was going to do. He did nothing wrong, but this is what they were afraid of. He was on the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce and commented on his son, Shedeur, who's of course a quarterback on the Cleveland Browns.
Dillon Gabriel's story went from underdog dream to pure disaster in record time. Every snap looks like another round of survival mode. He's undersized, overwhelmed, and running out of lifelines fast. And when the excuses dry up, and trust me, they will, the Browns are going to have no choice but to do what they should have done from the start. Hand the ball to Shedeur Sanders and hope he can rescue what's left of this flaming train wreck. Even the loudest voices in sports are waking up. Stephen A. Smith is already losing his mind on live TV, throwing his hands in the air like he just watched the Browns draft a punter to play quarterback. The ESPN crew looks stunned, like a bunch of chefs staring at a half-cooked meal no one wants to taste. When the people who usually argue for a living suddenly agree, you know it's bad, real bad. And right now, they're all united on one thing. Cleveland's starting the wrong guy. Every show, every highlight, every podcast, it's the same headline. What are the Browns thinking? The whole NFL universe is watching in disbelief, and that doesn't happen often. Change isn't just knocking on Cleveland's door. It's about to kick it down. And here's the wildest part. Not a single draft scout, analyst, or expert ever said Dillon Gabriel was better than Shedeur Sanders. Not one.
She's spitting a little. Guess who is now in the name or in the mouth paws of Mary Kay Cabot? It's Shedeur Sanders again. It's Cleveland.com sports. Now, a lot of people I think might use an excuse of, well, Deion Sanders talked about it. Nah, Deion Sanders was asked by NFL players about another NFL player, and now the media is jumping on it. I want to point a few things out. First thing I want to point out is obviously Shedeur doesn't get any playing time. He's doing this and that. The Browns know what they got, though. The Browns are getting their clicks.
This isn't revisionist history. Shadow's been that guy since day one. The receipts are out there, plain as day. But Cleveland, oh Cleveland, they just couldn't help themselves. It's like they looked at logic, shrugged, and said, nah, let's see how bad it can really get. That's the Browns' signature move. If there's a smart option and a ridiculous one, they'll test drive the ridiculous one every single time. It's like the Browns secretly enjoy the pain, like they're addicted to chaos. But what they don't realize is that all this madness is just building up the perfect stage for Shedeur Sanders' grand entrance. Because when that call finally comes, it won't be quiet. It'll be an earthquake. The crowd won't politely clap. They'll explode like a volcano. The whole stadium's gonna shake as fans scream their lungs out, finally remembering what real hope feels like again. And trust, Shadow's not just gonna stroll out there, he's gonna own that field. For the first time in forever, that defense will look across the sideline and think, yeah, we finally got a real one.
Shedeur's mentality, folks, is he truly believes he can be a franchise quarterback. That's what he wants to be. That's what the experts said he would be leading up to the draft. If you watch one of his press conferences, he literally said, if you're not trying to change the franchise, then don't come get me. Cleveland should be excited to have a guy like that wants to do that for your franchise. I hope the Browns give him a chance later in the year because he's confident. He showed flashes in preseason and, of course, during his tenure at Colorado.
You can already feel it in the air. Week 7, Week 8, maybe Week 9. Everyone's just waiting for the switch to flip. And when it does, this won't be some small step forward. It'll be a full-on takeover. Because Shedeur Sanders isn't coming to Cleveland to settle for boring field goals and lucky bounces. Nah, he's coming to redefine what this team looks like, with style, confidence, and straight-up attitude. This dude plays football like it's fine art. Precision, swagger, and vision all in one. While other QBs are arguing over the checkerboard, Shadow's already 3 moves ahead on the chessboard. When he steps in, defenses won't just get beaten, they'll get embarrassed. Every throw will have a little extra sauce on it. Every touchdown will feel like a movie moment. It won't just be highlights. It'll be a whole new era of Cleveland football. It won't just be highlights. It'll be movie trailers on SportsCenter. Because in the NFL, quarterbacks aren't just players. They're the heartbeat of the whole operation. Without one, you're just background noise. A team filling time between real contenders. And when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, he is that heartbeat waiting to be unleashed. Sure, Dillon Gabriel had his cute little college success story, but this is the NFL, where boys either become men or get folded up like lawn chairs. And Shedeur, he's built different. He's got the pedigree, the poise, and that ice-cold playmaking that gives fans something they haven't had in decades. Believe.
Their left tackle, and I just, come on now. I told y'all what's happening here. They're going to use him to get clicks while somehow disparaging him, while somehow making him seem like he isn't who he is. You feel me? So, I thought he was a 5th round pick. I thought we wasn't supposed to be talking about him. I thought Quinshon Judkins. Didn't Quinshon Judkins have a great day? Isn't Dillon Gabriel QB too? Y'all don't want to talk about benching Joe Flacco? Out of all the things to talk about in the Browns world, you lost your left tackle to a season-ending injury, and somehow Shedeur Sanders' name gets put in there.
Cleveland's been starving for that spark, and he's sitting right there, calm, patient, just waiting for his shot. Because here's the brutal truth. This league doesn't care about loyalty or fancy contracts. It only cares about results. 1 week, you're watching Joe Flacco overthrow receivers like he's aiming for fans in the nosebleeds. And the next, you're watching a rookie step in and light up defenses like he's been doing it his whole life. And that rookie, that's Shedeur Sanders. He is results in human form. The second he takes over, everything changes. The defense finally feels like their grind means something. And the fans, they'll go from booing to chanting his name like it's gospel. Analysts who laughed before will suddenly be tripping over each other, claiming they always knew he was the real deal. And those chaos-loving Browns, they might finally stumble their way into a real future. For once, the wildest part, when it happens, it's gonna feel like it happened overnight. Right now, fans are still arguing online, pretending Dillon Gabriel still has a shot. But deep down, they know how this story ends. The moment that switch flips, it's going to be instant. Shedeur steps in, wins a couple games, and suddenly all the doubters will be yelling the same thing. We believed in him all along. I knew it all along. That's exactly what Cleveland fans will say once Shedeur Sanders steps in and flips the whole story. It'll be the most Cleveland thing ever. Acting like they didn't just spend weeks defending the wrong guy. But don't get it twisted. Shedeur's not just going to win games, he's going to win them with style. This won't be about ugly victories or field goals that barely sneak through. It's going to be statement football. When he finally takes the field, the entire energy in that stadium will shift like lightning. Week 8 could be the moment of truth. The real question is, will the Browns wait until Dillon Gabriel is completely exposed, or will they finally do what the entire world already knows needs to be done? Either way, it's inevitable. Shedeur Sanders isn't just expected to start, he's destined to. And when it happens, Cleveland might finally see what they've been starving for. A real quarterback who doesn't just play the game, but changes it. The funniest part in all this chaos, the Browns somehow managed to be both cursed and careless at the same time.
We're going to see him earlier than expected because I think their offense is awful. And I think that when you have your defense that's out there playing the way that they've played in 2 of the 3 weeks that they've played, showing you how elite they can be, then you can't continue to go week to week being as anemic and impotent offensively as the Joe Flacco-led offense has been. Eventually, obviously, you're going to put Dillon Gabriel in there. He's a bit undersized, even though he's skilled. He's a bit undersized, and I think that will be exposed come on NFL Sunday. And at some point in time, the fans there are going to clamor to see Shedeur Sanders.
It's like they can't help themselves. You'd think after years of watching QBs crash and burn like microwave burritos, they'd finally learn. But nope, Cleveland's logic is its own wild breed of chaos. If something looks risky, they'll run it twice. If it looks like it could tank the season, they'll hand it the playbook and say, go for it. And then there's Joe Flacco. Oh man, the dude's been hanging around the NFL like that one party guest who just won't leave. The lights are off. The host's in pajamas, and he's still by the snack table with a paper plate, scooping up the last of the cold macaroni salad, pretending it's still game time. Someone needs to tell him, it's over, but not the Browns. Nah, they keep giving him the mic and saying, one more song. That's who's been leading the Browns offense. A guy still clinging to the football party out of pure stubborn pride. And while he's stuck in nostalgia, the future, Shedeur Sanders, is just waiting to crash the party and bring the house down. It's like Joe Flacco just refuses to leave. Even after the party's over, the lights are out, and everyone else has gone home. And when you put that same washed-out energy on the field, what do you get? Passes that land somewhere between the intended receiver and the good luck zone. Every throw feels like a lottery ticket, but instead of cashing in, the prize is usually another turnover. His so-called pocket presence? Man, that's not presence. It's straight up absence. Every snap looks like a flashback to preseason chaos. You can literally see him bracing, like he knows one more helmet bump might turn him into another what could have been story.
Shedeur Sanders is expected to start for the Cleveland Browns.
How about that?
Friday night in their preseason opener.
I'd be excited, obviously, if I'm a Browns fan. Like the fact that you get to see him, like that's fun. Like if you're a fan of that team, that's fun that you get to see this guy that is this huge polarizing figure, especially coming out of this NFL draft. I wonder if it's kind of a disservice to him, though.
How?
Because he's been the fourth string quarterback. Like, and you're just kind of throwing him in there. I don't know.
If I'm the fourth string quarterback and I get named the starter, I want it. How do
you
look
want
at
it?
that
Yeah,
chart?
that's true.
Sure, he can hang with rookies or practice squad backups, but against those all-pro beasts built like oak trees, forget it. Watching him line up under center is like watching someone walk into a house fire with a squirt gun, hoping for a miracle, when everyone knows that blaze ain't sparing nobody. And those defenses, oh, they smell blood. You can see linebackers grinning, licking their lips, just waiting for Gabriel to blink wrong so they can turn him into the next meme. Every blitz looks like a setup, every snap like a countdown to disaster. And it's not even personal, it's just business. And right now, business is booming for every defense that faces Cleveland. Which brings us right back to the storm brewing on that sideline. Shedeur Sanders. His name's rumbling through Cleveland like thunder before a downpour. The fans can feel it. The locker room can feel it. And every analyst with a mic can't stop talking about it. Every ESPN segment might as well have Shedeur Sanders carved into the headline in bold. They're circling Gabriel's face on screen, adding arrows, flashing warning signs screaming, "Wrong guy!" Then they light up Shedeur's name in neon, like a prophecy waiting to happen. The media doesn't always get it right. But when every podcast, every sports show, and every insider starts saying the same thing, you know what that means? It's not hype anymore. It's destiny knocking on Cleveland's door. Let's be real. The fans have had it. They're booing, tweeting, roasting the team with memes, and showing up to games holding handmade signs that flat out scream, "Put Shedeur in now!" The anticipation is electric. Everybody knows what's coming. It's not a matter of if, it's when. The Browns can keep doing press conferences talking about development and patience, but that pressure's bubbling like a shaken soda bottle about to explode.
That the Cleveland Brown offense is horrible. I mean, hella bad. I mean, pick them up, drop them, throw them in a trash can bad. Joe Flacco is ridiculous. And as of right now, the Cleveland Brown coaching staff look like it's the worst in the damn league. And I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders is sitting on the sideline rubbing his hands together like Birdman because he know he about to get ready and come in and make history, dog.
And when it finally blows, Shedeur Sanders is going to be the one lighting up the sky and spraying fireworks all over NFL defenses. Even Deion Sanders himself has dropped hints. He told his son, "Stay patient, stay ready. The opportunity always comes, and when it does, you don't hesitate. You dominate." That's not just fatherly advice. That's a straight-up warning shot. The Sanders family doesn't just show up, they arrive. And when Shedeur finally arrives in Cleveland, it's not gonna be quiet. It's gonna sound like a marching band crashing through the stadium, drums booming, fans screaming, cameras flashing. It's not just a debut, it's a takeover. Picture it. Week 7, Week 8, maybe Week 9. The Browns finally hand him the keys. The crowd erupts like a volcano. The stadium shakes. Cameras zoom in on Shedeur's face. And commentators lose their composure mid-sentence. The whole vibe shifts in an instant. Nobody's even mentioning Dylan Gabriel anymore. It's like the entire city of Cleveland wakes up from a bad dream and suddenly remembers what excitement feels like. And this isn't just football anymore. It's entertainment. The NFL thrives on drama, and right now the Browns are giving us a storyline Hollywood couldn't write better. You've got a washed-up veteran clinging to his last snaps, a nervous rookie trying to survive, and a future superstar sitting on the sidelines. Cool, confident, and ready to flip the script. It's got everything. Conflict, suspense, redemption. And when Shedeur Sanders finally steps on that field, it's gonna be pure box office magic. It's the kind of plot twist even Netflix would reject for being too unrealistic. And yet, here it is, happening right in front of our eyes. The story everyone saw coming, but tried so hard not to admit. When Shedeur Sanders finally takes over, it won't just be about winning, it'll be about how he wins. Because in this league, style matters.
I knew it wasn't going to be too big for him. I just, I was having some problems and trying to figure out why we were not giving this kid the reps or some reps. I know we have a lot of quarterbacks on this football team, but to give all those guys reps and not give this kid any reps, I'm saying, what the hell are we doing over there? What's going on? And then think about it. We pretty much just threw him into the fire without any reps or anything like that. I mean, and look how this kid responds. And he's not going against the scrubs out there. No. He's going against their first defense.
Nobody remembers those boring 13-10 slugfests that feel like chores to watch. What sticks are the fireworks, the deep bombs, the insane throws, the swagger that electrifies the entire stadium. And Shedeur, he's built for that. He's got that spark, that cool confidence, that rare vibe that turns routine plays into highlight reels. Picture it. Shedeur dropping back as the pocket collapses, cool as ice, launching a 40-yard dime right down the sideline. Defenders frozen, fans jumping to their feet, jaws hitting the floor. Then he hits another strike, right on target, points to the crowd, and flashes that quiet swagger Cleveland hasn't seen in decades. That's not just skill, that's presence. And when that moment hits, the whole city's gonna feel it. A pulse of pride mixed with disbelief like, wait, are we actually good now? Because this isn't just football anymore, it's transformation. Shedeur's arrival won't just fix a broken offense, it'll change the whole mood of a franchise that's lived in heartbreak mode for way too long. Suddenly, Cleveland won't just be tough, they'll be dangerous. That's why the predictions are going crazy right now. Analysts everywhere are calling it early, saying it's only a matter of weeks before Shedeur gets the nod. Fans are circling games on their calendars like it's a countdown to Christmas. The buzz is real, the energy is wild, and the league can feel the storm building. Meanwhile, opposing teams are praying Cleveland takes their time, because the last thing any defense wants is a fearless rookie with nothing to lose and everything to prove. When that kid finally gets his shot, it's not just gonna shake the field, it's gonna shake the whole NFL. He's gonna light them up on national TV, and when it happens, oh, it's gonna be pure comedy gold. The same critics who trashed him, the same experts who swore Dillon Gabriel was more NFL ready, will suddenly start rewriting history, acting like they were Team Shedeur from day one. You'll see the clips, you'll hear the fake praise, and the fans, they'll just laugh. Because deep down, everyone already knows the truth.
Yep. And look how he performed. Look how he handled himself, just like you said. I mean, I was the guy who was driving me on my way up here, and he said to me, Hanford, he said, you went out on a limb talking about this kid and how you felt about him. I said, I just, it's just you watch him play and you could tell if you could play or not. I mean, it's just that simple. Either you can play or either you can't play, and this kid can play.
And that truth is crystal clear. Cleveland has run out of excuses. You can't waste a top-tier defense by pairing it with an offense this pitiful. You can't keep tossing Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel out there, crossing your fingers, and hoping the football gods take mercy on you. Eventually, you gotta do the one thing everyone's been screaming for. Unleash the guy who was born for this exact moment. Because when Shedeur Sanders finally gets his shot, it's not going to be quiet. It's going to be explosive. Don't expect slow progress or gentle learning curves. Expect chaos, energy, and straight-up fireworks. The countdown's already ticking, and even if nobody knows the exact week, everybody knows what's coming. The future isn't uncertain, it's inevitable. When Shedeur steps in, it won't just flip Cleveland's season, it'll flip the entire franchise's story upside down. This isn't just another rookie debut. This is the birth of a new era. The kid's not here to survive. He's here to rewrite history. He's here to remind the league that Cleveland's been sitting on a star this whole time. And once he takes over, there's no going back. So tell me, what do you think? Will Shedeur Sanders finally save Cleveland, or will he expose just how deep the Browns' curse really runs? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and share this video with someone who needs to see the truth. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.